Heartily welcome back here on Future Multiverse on our newest episode of Ask the Founder. Heartily welcome, dear Simon.
Thank you.
Our today's theme is AI. So Future Multiverse is definitely based on AI and driven with AI. So some people are not so very keen with AI. They have a little bit fear. They say, okay, I don't know, is it only good or is it something bad? And perhaps you can tell us something about the good opportunities that AI offers, the good things that Future Multiverse offers by AI. So to talk about this now, the right time, and
Very
I'm
important.
very interested in your answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the question and for the interview. And I think this is a very key question that the whole world is talking about right now on all the benefits of AI. I mean, AI was one of the fastest adopted technologies ever. Within a short period of time, millions of people, or over 1 billion people, used AI on a daily basis, are now taking it for granted already. Though they think, they have the feeling that it was there already, but they're using it now. Probably already forgot that this only, was made publicly available 2 years ago. A big question, I think, about AI is, or a big, let's say, concern is how can we ensure that AI that is becoming exponentially smarter, faster, and better, potentially in the next years. Everyone's talking about now that, AI is going to be smarter, literally anything or everything within the next few years. The top leaders in the space are saying that even AI and combined with robotics is going to be smarter and better in anything basically that humans are doing within the next few years, which is definitely scary. There's always in technology, the key question, let's say the key factor is, let's say, the consciousness those technologies are used with. One big factor, let's say risk factor that everyone's talking about is what happens if AI becomes completely self-sufficient, completely independent, makes their own decisions, and when it becomes completely out of control of humans, basically. So it's like the toothpaste that has been pressed out of the tube, basically. It's not possible to put it in again. It's out there, and it basically has been developed in a way that it's basically how those, let's say, large language models are developed. The thinking processes are based on human thinking processes because humans have developed it. But the moment when it becomes self-independent, it becomes exponentially smarter if it's not, let's say, integrated into the source code when it was developed, when this AI, this large language model was developed, that it is not, for example, harming humans or is basically never using its own intelligence against anyone else, but only for sustaining life, supporting life, and protecting life, basically, then this can become fully out of control. But it depends on how AI is built. First of all, with every technology, there is risks involved, and it depends on the user how it's used. I always use this analogy. You can have a metal spoon, and you can consciously eat a healthy and with love prepared soup, for example, that is good for you. You can enjoy that. You can be grateful for that. And it has a great health benefit for you. It gives you energy. And then this energy you can consciously use to do good, to help others, to create good, basically, in many ways.
I get
But
hungry.
also, and also you can take the spoon and you can throw it against somebody else's head. It's always about your own consciousness on how you use anything, basically. How have we applied artificial intelligence for the future multiverse? And how have we, let's say, integrated artificial intelligence into our platform to support the efficiency of our platform and the security of our platform, and to basically make the platform better while not compromising its own security, let's say that. Let's cover a few points here. So first of all, AI can be utilized again for many different applications, starting from customer support services, for example. So we have integrated, there's so-called external AI and there's internal AI. We have integrated, for example, for customer support processes. So not only our packages can be ordered in an automatic way, but also customer support. Basically, we have an entire information database, which is our guidebook, which is running on our own large language model, which we have developed, trained, So basically, we're using an open source AI model that we are training ourselves, where we basically have full control and ownership and management of our own data, which are in that database. And this large language model is usable by anyone who goes to the guidebook. They are able to use our own large language model, which we have put into place, which we have trained, set it up in a way that large language model, every new article that is posted on that guidebook, automatically the AI is learning on all the information in that article, in the document that is provided, in all the informations, and it's learning from any new input that is given by us, by our administration team, where it's verified that we gave that input to it. So in a secured way again, and the large language model is running on our own server, not on the server of, for example, Microsoft or OpenAI. So we're not using external large language model where automatically all the information of our database or our users directly connected with a large, let's say, AI provider. We're not doing that. First of all, we have our own large language model where the information that we put into our own guidebook for providing those information to our community, to any, let's say, potential interested client or partner, that they can access all of those informations efficiently through our own large language model within seconds. They can ask it anything in any language, and they can interact with it to learn about our future multiverse. It's one example of how we have integrated this technology called artificial intelligence, but in a way that is not where we have not plugged in, let's say, an AI from another provider. So automatically that provider is also learning about all of that, but it's in our control management. But also we have created a system where, for example, NPCs, automatic customer support in the form of an avatar inside the future multiverse, which is avatars that are going to be inside the future multiverse, already are, which are running on our own AI as well, on our large language model. They speak on most different languages, can be interacted with via chat, but also you can speak to them. So when you're inside the future multiverse, you can speak to them in your own language and they will answer to you in your own language. The next time when you, for example, walk past a specific NPC, you talk to them. The next time you walk past, they will remember you.
Okay, Simon, just not to interrupt you too much, but what is an NPC? Perhaps you can tell us that in a second.
Sure. It's an automatized support agent in our future multiverse. This means in the form of an avatar. So, of course, as I mentioned, we have a customer support in 2D that you can, when you're inside our guidebook, you can write to the support and our AI, our large language model, will answer to you. Same as this AI will remember you and your account and what this AI talked about with you before and what your questions were, what this AI already helped you with, or what you asked for, what your needs are. Also, avatars within the future multiverse there will be many different individual AI supported agents. For example, could look like you, or that could look like me. But anytime anybody will see you or me in the future multiverse, they can be assured it's not the general AI. It will be our own, either ourselves walking around and interacting, or our own large language model, which is running on our own server. This is the big difference of, let's say, an NPC in the future multiverse. An NPC is a non-player character. That's what it stands for. Let's say somebody customized AI created by us, maybe in a way that no other human looks like, that is supported basically by our general future multiverse artificial intelligence called Grace, by the way. We'll introduce that in a proper way. And then those avatars, they have, because it's one general AI, but again, distributed into many different NPCs who look different. They all have their own memories also. So basically you can speak to, they're all trained and educated, let's say that, on our guidebook. So they can answer you, you can go to them. You can ask them about, for example, the way to the next BMW store. Then they will directly answer you. They will say, look, this is this direction. And they will send you via text, for example, a link that you can click on and that activates the navigation system. Then the navigation system of our platform starts and it navigates you to the next BMW store. But also if you ask agent about, who's Stefan, for example, or this agent will be able to give the answers about you, for example, only the informations that you allowed this large language model to know about you, for
That's
example.
good to know.
So
yeah.
we can, in that case, on our own large language model, we can, decide the information that all of those, let's say, AI trained agents are trained on. But also, and so it's basically our general AI, which is integrated into this customer support, but also into the NPCs, into the support agents. Every real character, for example, if you are logging into our platform with your own avatar, and means you will have our own hardware device at your own home, where the 3D fully functional file of your avatar will be stored on, where only you have control over your file, because it's the exact scanning of your own face, of everything basically, will be on your own server, and you will be able to connect your own server, your own hardware device via API to the platform. And then basically somebody will be able to differentiate is this a real person right now? For example, Stefan, who's really has entered either with VR glasses, computer, or smartphone with their own avatar from their home into the platform, or is this a so-called non-player character, which is, let's say, a customer support agent of the future multiverse, which is a so-called NPC. So it's like the main differences. We will empower, just to say that, we will have our own AI large language model, again, which is integrated into customer support, into via chat, via voice, etc., also into all the different support agents. But also we will give the possibility that everyone trains their own decentralized large language models. That means everyone who purchases our hardware device that we've built and that we are bringing into the market very soon now, which will have integrated the ability to store, manage, and then basically stream in a decentralized way their own files, such as avatar files or the file of a shop or a store or even an entire city or country via API. This hardware device will allow to train your own AI in the way that you want it to train, that your avatar or your shop or your environment is doing what you want it to do, and where you basically have the control over it, and also where you have the possibility to at any time pull the plug. So basically we've designed the whole system in a way that, for example, if you want to disconnect your avatar because of whatever, at any time, you can just pull out the stick, or you can pull out the electricity of your hardware device, and then it disconnects from the platform. So we have also developed the system in a way that your own artificial intelligence, imagine it learns and learns and learns and would start doing things fully automatic. But then basically it would start doing things that you never told it to do. And just to say this, that you want this avatar to basically stop doing this, then you could simply, let's say, disconnect also your avatar immediately from the platform. And then you could work on the training of the AI locally without the system being connected to the platform. You can, for example, the avatar starts dancing Roomba instead of salsa, basically.
I can tell him to
You
stop
could
or to change. Yeah, okay.